We, as Variety, are honored to host the mayor with this discussion. I think it's really important to create a forum and a setting to discuss various incentives that are available in the Los Angeles area.
We're here at the request of the mayor as he reaches out to the film industry to talk more about what the city can do and to also let them know what the city's been doing for the last 2 years to improve filming conditions here.
So the California Film Commission will be here, Amy Lemish, and of course Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa is here to speak and explain the City of Los Angeles incentive program.
We have about 29 leading production executives and location managers in attendance.
The mayor's office actually approached specifically Variety to say we want to disseminate information about things that the city is doing to keep production in Los Angeles.
Welcome everyone, I'm Linda Buckley, Publishing Director of Variety. We are very proud to host this town hall for the mayor.
Overall, when you look at music, when you look at arts, when you look at me, it's a million jobs. So what we have here is creative capital.
Unless we really hear from you at the core of what really makes up your decision, it's tough to know how to move that dial. And so, thank you very much for being here.
Clearly our goal is to remind folks here and to drive business into Los Angeles and its region. And we're very pleased under the mayor's leadership to do that.
What I'm going to talk about today is the tax credit program, and it has been really successful and enabled California to keep many of those at-risk projects from leaving the state.
You've probably seen things that look a lot like this around the city on billboards, on bus benches, on kiosks, and now on production vehicles. The Film Works campaign was designed using stakeholder input.
What is the most important thing, I think, is hearing from the industry and the job creators that are here.
So with that, I'd love to hear from you.
The city, I will say, has done a terrific job and has all the incentives, the parking and the police. It's been phenomenal.
And what you're saying is you have to hire these retired officers at the rate that, you know, regular officers are paid.
The projects that you've accepted that have been greenlit, what is the diversity like in those projects from a studio perspective, big studios to small independent?
The scale of production for most people has come down tremendously with digital cameras and technology.
Yeah.
You know, all this stuff.
Film LA created a locations website for all of our client jurisdictions called Loco Scout, which allows the locations community and filmmakers to go to this one site and see virtually all the public facilities available.
There are things that we could do, and I think going in the direction of looking at somehow reducing fees and the time that it takes, because time is money. Your point is a good one, notwithstanding that this is one of the biggest costs.
Mostly this just comes down to numbers.
Raising a cap on production taxes from $2.5 to $5 million, which really has a good benefit for production companies working in the city.
For every tax credit dollar allocated, the state gets back at least $1.13 in tax revenue.
I think ultimately to get a permanent credit like this, what you need is a grand bargain. You need to connect this with a Northern California industry that's, you know, and I think the best one is the digital economy. It's really convincing Northern California Democrats and then convincing the Republicans. We'll try to identify particularly the high-tech players who have, you know, a relationship with Hollywood, and see if there isn't a way to start a conversation about this.
There has been interest from Silicon Valley in these programs, and we've heard from some Fortune 500 companies up in Silicon Valley who are actively interested in purchasing the production tax credits.
Last week we were at the Senate Appropriations Committee meeting and spoke there, and Senator Alquist from San Jose was very, she signed on as a co-author of this bill, so they're very interested in being involved.
There are going to be limitations to what we could do, but even some small effort that communicates we're listening and we're hearing you, I think, is very, very important.
A webinar of this event is going to be pushed out on September 1st at 11 a.m. If you want to access it, go to LA411.com, and on our homepage you'll see a link to register for the webinar. It is free of charge.